We're on to problems 22 and 23 from the review. Trying to get through them quickly here. I'm almost out of battery. So, the directions state solve each equation. 22 is 6x squared minus 11x minus 10 equals 0. It's a quadratic. Remember, quadratics, we always want to set them equal to 0. If you want to use the quadratic formula, be my guest, but I think that's the harder method. If you know how to factor, and we just factored this one on the previous problem, so if you're not sure how to factor it, go back and look at the video for 19, 20, and 21. We just factored that. So we're going to factor this into 2x minus 5 times the quantity of 3x plus 2, still equals 0. And because it equals 0, that's a good thing because we can use the zero product property, which you learned about back in Algebra 1. So 2x minus 5 equals 0, 3x plus 2 equals 0, and we solve it to get x is equal to 5 halves, or x would equal negative 2/3. Both very nice values. All right, moving on to 23. We have x to the third minus 4x squared equals 0. Remember, the first thing we always do is we always look to see if there's a greatest common factor. I didn't mention that in 22 because I'd already factored it in the previous problem. But remember here we have x to the third, we have an x squared. We can actually pull out an x squared, and what's left over is x minus 4 equals 0. Now it's factored and the product is 0, so again, zero product property. X squared could equal 0, or x minus 4 could equal 0. And we know that x is going to equal 0 right here, or x would equal 4. And those are your answers for 22 and 23. I think the problems on your quiz might be a little bit more difficult than that. You just got to make sure you're factoring like you did up above here on these problems. But please know that once you get something factored, you always solve it the same way. Once something is in this form, something times something equals 0, something times something equals 0, you just use your zero product property.